Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on the first day of the, actually it's the second day of the USPA Nationals 2015. One event has already been completed. Actually, today is Sunday, by the way, right? Is it Sunday? Yeah. One event is already completed, VFS four-way competition, and that's why I'm sitting here today with two members of the winning team, and the winning team is SDC Core, and one of them two is my two guests here today, we can say so, is Jason Russell, and we have known him and have met him a few times here with the SunPath products and SR News. Jason, introduce yourself first quickly, and then your teammate, if you may.
Like you said, I'm Jason Russell. I'm with the VFS team, SDC Core, based out of Chicago. This is Ryan Risberg. He joined our team late last year. November. Yeah, late last year, so almost a year ago. We had a couple of changes when we left Dubai. We had a couple of guys that were on the Nexus team that wanted to go different directions, and so we picked up Ryan and then Dusty Hanks from iFly Utah, and our camera flyer from Nexus, Earl, is still in Dubai, and we replaced him with Jake Jensen, also a tunnel instructor from Utah.
Ryan, tell us a little bit about your history. Where are you coming from in VFS four-way?
I used to work at the Colorado Tunnel and started learning and training some VFS out there. Flew with a team out of Atlanta in 2012, but had set my sights, my goals on four-way VFS. It just was when I started flying the discipline, and it was just amazing and challenging and tons of fun, and had goals that I wanted to go as far as I could in the discipline.
And how did you connect with Jason? Who is Jason and Stephanie? Were you putting this together? In fact, Jason, this team, this new lineup.
Well, yeah, we had when Timmy was the first member of the Nexus team who said that he was ready to do other things. We held an open tryout in Chicago. Ryan was one of the people that tried out. Dusty was also one of the people, and at that time we thought we were only looking for a single slot as far as inside flyer. We had a really talented group of guys come out and try out for that slot. We ended up choosing Dusty for the first slot, and then not too long after that, Derek also decided he was ready for other things, and we called Ryan back. He was really close in the running with Dusty in the first place, so and he said he was happy to give it a try.
And that all happened in 2014, and you went already to the USPA Nationals last year, and it ended up in third place. Mr. Josh Hall interrupting here for a moment. And it was the same lineup. How did it move on from there? So the tryouts were when?
The tryouts were before the Nationals, and at that time, again, we only needed one slot. So when we competed last year at the Nationals, it was myself, Stephanie, and Derek, and then Dusty. We had Jim Harris on camera, who was just happily filling in for us as we needed. It was after Nationals that Derek decided he was ready for other things.
And again, USPA National 2014, Ryan, was your first competition with the team, and that was like a 15 average or something, or 14 point something for the third place?
I actually did not. I didn't compete with them last year. This is my first Nationals with the team. Yep.
Okay, so then your first competition was in DeLand then this year?
The first competition that we had was we did a tunnel meet at XP a couple weeks or a week before the DeLand meet, and then we went to DeLand the following week for our first meet in the sky. Yeah.
So I was looking at the outdoor scores only actually earlier today, and the first, I think the average in at the USPA last year was like 14 something, 15 or so, and then at the Paraclete XP Outdoor Championship, it was already at 17 something, and here you are with a 20.6 average. Congratulations, by the way, for that. Over Arizona Arsenal and over SDC, Arizona X Force, a new team. Jason, you as kind of the leader and the most experienced guy probably in the team, you must be very happy with that progression.
Yeah, I'm super happy. We were asking a lot of Ryan and Dusty and Jake when they joined the team to try to get to at minimum a 20-point average for this meet. Arsenal didn't get to train very much. They took on a new team member, they took on a new camera flyer, but the experience level for Curtis and Ty and Sarah is so high, and they're such good competitors. We knew we were going to have a very good performance and perform at a high level in order to achieve the goals that we wanted to achieve. So Ryan and Dusty have done a great job, and Jake of learning fast.
Now you're just kind of in trouble, because I'm sure that you followed the international scores at the World Cup and so forth, and you have put yourself all of a sudden into the #1 spot in the world. Ryan, have you seen any international competition yet?
I personally have not competed on an international level. I've followed the competitions online and live streams when that occurs. But no, I'm pretty excited to say this is my first world competition to go to.
So the pressure is on. How are you going to prepare your team for that coming pressure? I'm sure. How do you see the French and or the competition in general anyway?
Well, the average at this meet is better than the averages that were posted at the World Cup by a good margin. It's difficult to say from one meet to the next, from one draw to the next, whether it's fair to compare our average with theirs. At this point, I feel good about our standing, but you have to really respect a coach like Philippe Chorneau, who coaches the French team. He's an exceptional coach. And he's going to have those guys as ready as he possibly can by the time the World Meet comes around. There's the Canadian team, the LeMay brothers. They're a super strong team. They're certainly not taking it easy. They're incredible competitors. There's a Russian team, Fly Station, that's training a lot. They are super sharp in the tunnel. They're working on transitioning that speed out into the sky. But we're certainly not taking anything for granted going into the World Meet. There were a lot of things that we left untrained coming into this meet because we didn't have the time to dedicate to those things. We'll be putting those things back on the table now and getting these guys as ready as we can.
And then next year we will be on the core home turf. Is that your home top zone by now too, Ryan, or where are you coming from in your skydiving career?
I started at Skydive Dallas. But have spent my career traveling around. The last 6 years that I've been jumping full time have been all over the country. But with the majority of the time being spent at Skydive Chicago in the summers with the team and training and stuff. So.
Well, it must be exciting to go back there and then compete on home turf for the USA next year. You are the national team. Good luck with everything, and thanks for taking the time. Congratulations again for an outstanding performance.
Thanks, Greg.